Good evening, this is Cara Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovered No More. I'm accomplishing two things tonight. First off, I have not interpreted these runes for the idea of this, and it is an execration because there are people that are monsters. They do not intentionally beat their swords into plowshares. And we are looking at the Republican Party doing that in the federal government. In Texas, I'm upset tonight because the Democrats lost a seat and all the ugly rhetoric in the media continues. When it is very clear, and it is coming out more and more, that the Republicans are out of line, that they are indeed fascists. They're fascists. And we need to stop them, and here Texas goes again, back into the rhetoric. I must read Isaiah chapter 2, which has the beating of the swords into plowshares. So, I did this artwork all at once. If you'll notice, this is incense, but then it also ended up looking like crops, which was fun. And this is Uranus because Ariel, it will be featured in the blog articles on uncoverednomore.blog. Ariel is concerning, the word Ariel is concerning the planet Uranus. I'll have to post the links. So, this is Tribe Judah Phoenix. All of mine are. So then I am going to read tonight Journey of the Magi. And what I want to note in it is the seasonal journey of us all, the good people. And it is something that I need to do to choose how to finish the last verse of the poem in color. I can't see the colors yet. I have a series of colors to work with because this poetry is in line with a mandala that I am producing right now. It's almost finished. So I will show that to you because that's the only thing I can do anymore is show you moment by moment, day by day, what I'm doing actually for each blog article or for something in my home. This is the vocabulary. It's already up on uncoverednomore.blog with the front page in one article. Oh, excuse me. The front page in one article, and then I wrote another article and showed this. Right, so this is the struggle was real, and that's the point. So I will be finishing this vocabulary. The struggle was real, and I want you to understand I'm using the word was with every fiber of my being. As a matter of fact, I just did some blog work on uncoverednomore.blog with another account of the Kings. When I say another account, that means I'm switching between his accounts in my mind's eye because I am working on unifying his entire life existence in 2022 in my intelligence as a spiritualist and a metaphysical reality on the earth, as well as many of us that are the good people. And this account of him, I'll bring you with me, Kiki. My Kiki is Tadashi. He's asking to come in. Hi, Tadashi. I had to put this rug here because she removed the carpet. And so we've got to fix it, but I will leave the rug there even after we fix it. It seems to be a better deterrent to her doing that. Sometimes she needs to just be patient, and sometimes I let her in. I'm not into letting my animals control me, but I do love them very much and appreciate their lives and mine. Hey, I do appreciate their lives and mine. Anyway, so this particular account, the last thing posted was an article that I began to read standing somewhere in line, I think. And I got fairly into it, waiting, and I'm always overwhelmed by artificial intelligence stuff. And this is about the sentient quality of some artificial intelligence. And I don't even know what to do with it anymore. I do know how to read poetry and listen to the ancient ways. I know that I should appreciate and do appreciate artificial intelligence, unless it goes ugly. And when you have to hear about your federal government going through the labor pains, as it were, of January 6 hearings, because we need to deliver some people to jail. That baby needs to be born. Justice needs to be reborn in this country, and the way we're going to do it is put these people in jail. There's Baymax. Everybody's decided to say hi to us all. All right. So anyway, it has come to the place where we need to understand the beautiful decisions people make, including ourselves, the good people, and that our decisions are universally together, and that our love never fails in this time. And the Magi are very much a part of that 2,000 years ago. It took and takes still a quality of mysticism to, first off, understand the science of what they were doing, and then secondly, actually take that journey. And yet today, the person of God on earth, Emmanuel, I don't know what to say. Because that which should have been accurately defining these moments that he and I are in, my brother's in, my dad's here, my children, are here and here and here and here and continue, and we're saturated in the presence of holiness on the earth. Yet this war remains. There is no meantime, is what I'm having to teach my core self. We are reality. The ripping of my emotional heart out every day is happening, and it is because war exists still, and it shouldn't. We're facing still many issues in government places that were being faced when 4 men were assassinated, 2 white and 2 black, when I was being born. So, reality is being created, and we are making sure that we do it together, and we are making sure that we do not include not one atom, not one molecule of the being of wickedness here. And I had one of my oldest child come in, my daughter come in, and she sat at the dining room table that she had actually had a friend that had gifted to us. And she basically calmly said, there can be no hiddenness. See, and I had released that. It may still be on YouTube. Don't think it's on blogs anymore. No. The King was very clear in the gospel record about this. There's no concealing matters with the King of Kings in Tribe Judah election right here. And that's gotten me into so much trouble. I'm very tired. Coming out of it, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that's all glory to the King and nobody else, because I don't know how he got me out of it. It's a miracle. And my frustration is, why is that not being seen across the board? Why do the Republicans not receive the truth? For the truth warriors are there in the government. What the holdup is spiritual in nature, is spiritual in nature, but not, because there's decisions being made. So, let's read the poem. I just saw the color. So I'll show it to you after I read the poem. And get this one up. I looked at these colors. Right there, see the yellow? Light. And I had said, we are the light in the darkness, and the darkness does not comprehend us, does it? Does it, America? Does the darkness comprehend us, America? No, it does not. No, it does not. And it didn't comprehend what the Magi were communicating over 2,000 years ago, and it still does not comprehend the King of Kings. Tick-tock, tick-tock. But we are overcoming. We are overcoming. All right, I said that I would show you the mandala before I'll go ahead and show you what I did as I said these things and saw the colors. There's that. I'll finish it up. Some artwork, and it'll go on the blog article. And here is the, so this is a little important, a lot important, excuse me. This is my All-Father. This was a full moon on May 16th, my All-Father with the 25th rune mandala. So I really liked this one. I'm liking all of them in this book, actually. These bring me great peace. So I appreciate that in my life right now. This one is, again, the execration that I just showed you from the poem. So this was there. I have to sometimes keep my poetry with me. And if you'll notice, It's gold here and it's yellow here, and then I put the yellow here, and I wasn't thinking about it, but I'm see. Where's Davis is my grandmother Era's last name. That's Jewish, David, and so I'm finishing this one. I have not interpreted the rune yet, so this is going with the poem, and I don't know what it's going to look like in the actual blog article, so forgive me for that. If I seem not put together, get used to it. If you were to have read my third book, which was taken out of publication before many people even got their hands on it, I told you point blank in the introduction, I don't come to conclusions. That drives Americans wild. They have to have a conclusion to feel secure. Bullshit. All you're doing is controlling people when you go there. I had even heard that taught in the Christian church over and over again, but it was a good point that our society of television has trained us in that. But what do you do, American Christianity and Catholicism, when your dogma is what you've been investing in and he isn't in your dogma? What you gonna do now, babies? That's my question to you. Journey of the Magi. A cold coming we had of it, just the worst time of the year. For a journey, and such a long journey, the ways deep and the weather sharp, the very dead of winter. And the camels galled, sore-footed, refractory, lying down in the melting snow. There were times we regretted the summer palaces on slopes, the terraces, and the silken girls bringing sherbet. Then the camel men cursing and grumbling and running away and wanting their liquor and women, and the night fires going out and the lack of shelters, and the cities hostile and the towns unfriendly, and the villages dirty and charging high prices. A hard time we had of it. At the end, we preferred to travel all night, sleeping in snatches, with the voices singing in our ears, saying that this was all folly. Then at dawn we came down to a temperate valley, wet below the snow line, smelling of vegetation, with a running stream and a watermill beating the darkness, and 3 trees on the low sky, and an old white horse galloped away in the meadow. Then we came to a tavern with vine leaves over the lintel. 6 hands at an open door, dicing for pieces of silver, and feet kicking the empty wineskins. But there was no information, and so we continued and arrived at evening, not a moment too soon, finding the place. It was, you may say, satisfactory. All this was a long time ago, I remember, and I would do it again, but set down. This set down. This. Were we led all that way for birth or death? There was a birth, certainly. We had evidence and no doubt. I had seen birth and death, but had thought they were different. This birth was hard and bitter agony for us, like death, our death. We returned to our places, these kingdoms, but no longer at ease here in the old dispensation, with an alien people clutching their gods. I should be glad of another death. I don't feel that way, but I do despair sometimes, many times, at this time and in this season. And then I remember, And I'm going to do that right now. I remember faithfulness, even where there was old dispensation. There's still faithfulness there, and we are creating the new reality. This is Cara Coffey of the Ministry of Uncovered.